You're stuck in traffic, right behind a heavy truck spewing thick, dark exhaust. Yet, sitting inside the enclosed cabin of your car, the air stays clear. You don't choke, and you barely even smell the fumes. It's easy to assume your car's cabin air filter acts like a microscopic net, catching everything that tries to pass through. That woven netting works for large physical debris like pollen or road dust. But foul-smelling exhaust gases are made of individual, microscopic molecules. They slip through the gaps in standard filter fibers. To stop an invisible, deeply penetrating gas from invading the cabin, engineers rely on a different physical mechanism: surface capture. Inside a modern cabin filter sits a distinct black layer of activated carbon. Its singular job is capturing those escaping gas molecules. In absorption, a substance fully enters the internal volume, like a sponge soaking up water. In adsorption, molecules never penetrate. They stick only to the exterior surface, like dust on tape. Activated carbon relies strictly on adsorption, locking passing exhaust molecules onto its surface. The filter doesn't swallow the polluted gas, it catches it exclusively on its surface skin. This physical act of adhesion allows the filter to neutralize odors before they reach the vents. Zooming all the way down to that exact point of contact, we can see how these invisible gas molecules manage to stick to the carbon surface without blowing away. Chemists call this specific type of surface attachment physisorption. Physisorption means no new chemical bonds are formed. The carbon isn't reacting with the exhaust to create a new compound, and it isn't using a permanent bond like superglue. Instead, the molecules are held against the carbon by weak physical attractions called van der Waals forces. These forces act like microscopic Velcro, strong enough to grab a passing molecule. Because this is a temporary physical clinging rather than a permanent bond, the filter safely neutralizes passing toxins while keeping its own chemical makeup unchanged. This creates a spatial dilemma. If gases strictly stick to the surface, a flat layer of carbon would run out of room and fail almost instantly. Down at the nanoscale, the internal structure of activated carbon is not flat. It is packed with millions of microscopic, cavernous pores. Crush a flat sheet of paper, you increase its exposed edges without taking more width. Internally, 1 gram of activated carbon hides over 1,000 square meters of surface area, providing millions of microscopic parking spaces for odor molecules. By packing a high volume of surface area into a small space, a thin filter can trap vast quantities of highway pollution. Pulling back out to the real world reveals a vulnerability to this system. Adsorption is an exothermic process, meaning it releases heat. Because it relies on those weak van der Waals forces, the attachment is sensitive to rising temperatures. Inside a car parked in the sun, heat gives the trapped gas molecules energy. They begin to vibrate until they rip away from the weak physical forces and escape the carbon. Once the filter cools, the trap resets. You take a comfortable breath inside the cabin, insulated from the smog-filled traffic jam right outside your window. That thin black square hidden behind your dashboard leverages its massive surface area and the physical pull of van der Waals forces. It strips toxic gases from the environment, securing clean air just inches from your face.